We're going to be taking off this factory film and putting on some paint protection film, otherwise known as Clear Bra. Now today we got this brand new 2025 4Runner TRD Off-Road Premium, and this car is in for a full vehicle paint protection film application. But first, before we get onto the PPF, I have a lot of work to do. So the first thing we're going to do is install a dash cam for this client. We got Chris from MJ Installed here. We're going to be installing the Thinkware F200 Pro. This is a 2K camera front and rear, and we're going to hardwire it into the car. And as you can see, the rear camera is actually off-center, but for a good reason, because when you close the rear trunk, if you actually put it in the middle, it's actually going to get covered by all that dirt where the wiper doesn't hit. So that was thoughtful thinking of Chris. Anyways, that's all done. We can finally bring this outside for a surface prep. And as you guys already know, it's always wheels and door jambs first. Only after those two tasks are completed, then I'll move on to the body. So full pre-soak, jet wash everything off, contact wash, jet wash everything off, and then snow foam this thing again so I can go in with a full vehicle play bar. This car has traveled a long way from the factory, so who the heck knows what it's picked up, but that's no problem because this play bar is going to get absolutely everything off. Now I'll jet wash everything off again, going with the snow foam again. And then this is where I'm going to go in with the rag, get around all those corners and cracks, pretty much every corner and edge that I'm going to be wrapping around. And then Joe, we can finally pull this back in, and he's going to come in to disassemble the entire car. For this car, we're taking off all the fender flares, the mirrors, door trims, door handles, as well as all the emblems. Now once everything's off, I'm going to rip through a quick polish before Kel here, he's finally going to be able to start on the PPF application now. And for this new Toyota color, it's called Underground. PPF is probably the best investment that you can get to protect the paint, because this paint, it's so freaking soft. We had a 5th gen 4Runner come in last year only for a full front end PPF, but the back half, oh my gosh, that car was only a month old and it was already so swirled up. But this is what the film is here for. Not only is it going to protect the car from the front end from any kind of rock chips, but because it's also self-healing, you're never going to have to worry about swirls building up on the paint ever again. And as you can see, the painted part of this door actually extends all the way up to the A-pillar, so we're actually going to be wrapping and tucking all those edges as well. And for these door cups, Kel's going to apply a little bit of steam to soften up the film and then squirt out all that insulation gel. And then moving on to the back of the car where the rear quarter panel is, as well as the top of the roof, we're going to be wrapping and tucking those corners and edges right in there so that you don't see the edge of the film once everything is back on. And moving on to the passenger side, it's copy and paste, baby. Same thing on the fender. We're going to be wrapping and tucking all these corners and freaking edges, even around that headlight. So while Kel's working on the passenger side, I'll show you the driver's side, what it looks like once everything is still curing. All these corners and edges, you still see a lot of excess actually, so that's where we're going to have to hand trim everything later on. But first, we got to wait for everything to dry, and then all these edges where the fender flares used to go, those are going to get hidden underneath the fender flare trim, as well as the door handles and these window trims. Moving back to Kel's panel that he's installing, this is the rear quarter panel, but where the bumper meets the rear quarter panel, that area, you see that there's a little bit of excess. We're going to be trimming and tucking those right into that bumper fender area as well. So what we like to do is flush out all the installation gel with some hot